Hello students, welcome to the sixth part on the chapter Locomotion and Movement. In this part, we are again going to discuss about the axial skeleton, but under axial skeleton, we are going to discuss about sternum and ribs. So just have a look into the lecture. Locomotion and movement, now we are going to discuss about the sternum and ribs. Sternum, it's a flat, narrow and elongated bone of the chest. It is commonly called as breastbone. It is absent in fish, in turtle and associated with pectoral girdle in amphibia. In man, it is made up of cervical manubrium, presternum, mesosternum and xiphoid process, that is metasternum. You can see, now I am going to tell you manubrium, body of sternum, xiphoid process. So this part is manubrium, this complete is the body of sternum and then comes the xiphoid process. Here you can see jugular notch, the costal cartilage where the ribs attach. Here the ribs attach with the sternum. This is manubrium. Here you can see clearly. This is the body of sternum and this is the xiphoid process. There are transverse ridges, sternal angle, manubriosternal joint, and here are the costal notches where the ribs attach, okay, and here is the clavicular notch. Functions. The sternum has two functions. It takes part in the formation of protective thoracic basket. It plays role in respiratory mechanism. How have you, we have learned in the chapter breathing and exchange of gases that expansion of sternum means breathing in and contraction of diaphragm is known as releasing of breath. So expiration. Ribs. The ribs are curved bars which movably articulate with the thoracic vertebrae at the back and with the sternum in front. All collectively forming a bony cage known as the thoracic basket. There are 12 pairs of ribs. How many pairs? 12. Okay. First 7 pairs of ribs which are attached to the thoracic vertebrae are ventrally to the septum. Now, let's look into this video to learn completely, to understand what are ribs. We are looking at ribs and this is an articulated skeleton. How ribs actually line up with the body. This is the rib head which is going to be articulated with the spine. Wrapping around here is the sternum. Okay, you can see the variations in the way of joining. So we are going to divide them into groups. We have 7 true ribs. How many? 7 true ribs, and each of these have their own dedicated individual costal cartilage. Below that, you can see, below that there are 3 false ribs. They join into the base of the 7th rib. The cartilage of the 7th rib is, articulating with them. So they don't have their own individual cost of cartilage, dedicated cost of cartilage. And there are 2 floating ribs, okay, 11th and 12th. So 7 true ribs, 3 false ribs and 2 floating ribs which have no cost of cartilage, okay. So this is how ribs are attached to the sternum. Now the functions. The ribs serve 3 important functions. What are these? They protect the heart, large blood vessels and lungs. They bear respiratory muscle, external and internal intercostal muscles. Lower pair of ribs protect the kidney. Now, testing the knowledge. Pre-sternum is also known as, that's true, manubrium. How many pair of ribs are present in human body? We have discussed in the video as well. Yes, 12 pairs. 7 true ribs, 3 false ribs and 2 floating ribs equal to 12 ribs. Well students, this was all about the sternum and the ribs that are found in the exoskeleton part of the human skeletal system. We have seen the various parts of the sternum, the manubrium, body of sternum and the xiphoid process. We have also seen how ribs are attached to that sternum, and the number of ribs, total number of ribs is 12. How it was 12? 7 true ribs, 3 false ribs and 2 floating ribs. I hope you have understood this completely. Now we will be moving on to the next part of this lecture.